guys, welcome to my first video. My name is Maryssa, and for this video I wanted to create a kind of simple, kind of bold eye look paired with a nude lip. If you could go ahead and comment, like, and subscribe, that'd mean the world to me. This is like my 6th, 7th time trying to record this video, and yeah, I made it my goal to post a video by the end of the year. And we only have 1 month left, so, well, I guess if you're watching this, then I already posted one, but yeah. If you'd like to see how I created this look, then just keep on watching. Okay, so I already have one eye done. I just need to prime my other eye, and I'm using the Makeup Revolution concealer in the shade C3. And then after I have that all blended out, I'm going to take my Must Have shadow by Essence, and this is the shade 09 with my e.l.f. Flawless Concealer brush. And I'm just going to use that to set the concealer we just put on under the lid. Okay, so now that we have our eyes primed and set, I'm going to use the Makeup Geek palette with Manny from a couple years ago, and I'm just going to use the 3 bottom shades for this look, and I'm going to go in with this red shade in the middle right here with my Makeup Shack T9 brush, and I'm just going to go ahead and start patting that in. I like to start from the ends, and then after I kind of start blending that in towards the middle of the lid, I go in and start with the inner corner, just so that I have like the same amount of pigment. And I'm just going to keep on going back and forth, adding more of that shade to deepen the color up a little bit. Okay, so after we have that shade all set, I'm going to just take a big fluffy blending brush and just start blending those edges out. I'm just going to go ahead and go in with that Makeup Shack brush that we first went in with and kind of just go over the same. And then after, I'm going to take that same Mars shade, and I'm going to start adding some on the inner and outer corner of my eye. I'm going to take that same concealer that I used to prime my eyes, and I'm just going to put some on the back of my hand and take this Lexi 245 small shader brush, and I'm just going to start to put that in the middle of the eye. Okay, so now I'm going to take my Makeup Shack T58 brush, and I'm going to go in with that shade right here, and it's the shade Insomnia. I'm going to go ahead and go in with that Mars shade again and blend those two together. Okay, so after we have that Insomnia color down, I'm going to take this shade on the bottom right here, and then this is the shade Aphrodite. And I'm going to take that with my Smashbox brush, but any like dense shader brush will work. And then we're just going to go ahead and add that onto the inner and outer corner, so where we just lay that Mars shade. I'm going to take the Crown brush in SSO27 DLX Blending Crease, since it's a little bit more dense and precise than the fluffy one. And then now I am going to go ahead with that big fluffy blending brush. Okay, and a trick that I do to clean it up, since this went a little bit more further out than I wanted to, I'm gonna take just a small like flat brush. This is the Vermona brush, and take that shade, and I'm just gonna go over to kind of cover up that shadow. And to finish the eyes off, I'm gonna go ahead and take the Bretman Rock collab with ColourPop, and this is the wet palettes. I'm gonna take this shade right here. This is the shade Fishy, and it's similar to the Insomnia one that we put on the lid. It's just a little bit more of that turquoise color. So I'm gonna go in with that Makeup Shack T58 brush, and I'm gonna spray the brush just with any spray you have. This one sprays. And then I'm gonna take that Fishy shade and then just go over the lid to kind of like intensify that blue color again. That's pretty much it for the eyes. And I'm gonna go ahead and do my face, and then I'll come back and finish the bottom of the eyes. So I already went ahead and moisturized, and I moisturized using the Glow Recipe Pink Juice Moisturizer. For my foundation, I'm gonna go ahead and take the Huda Beauty Faux Filter Foundation, and this is in the shade Toasted Coconut. And then I'm just gonna go ahead and pump that on my face. And then I'm gonna take the Morphe M439 brush and blend that out. I recently just got this foundation, and I've really been liking the coverage. So far so good, but I do have really oily skin, and I've noticed that like a certain foundation will work for a while, and then my skin will get used to it, and it'll kind of like just grease up again. And for concealer, I'm going to go ahead and use the same concealer we used to prime our lids, that Makeup Revolution one. And I'm just going to add a little bit. I don't like adding too much concealer. Just like that. And then I'm going to take my Real Techniques Duo Sponge, and I'm just going to spray that again. Just a little bit. I don't like running my sponges underwater just because it doesn't really blend out good. It kind of takes the foundation off. Like it kind of like, I don't know. Like I tried blending it and it just doesn't do anything but pick up my foundation. Okay, so the camera stopped recording, but I just finished blending out the concealer that I had. To set, I'm going to go ahead and take the Too Faced Peach Perfect powder. And this one's been my favorite. So if you have oily skin, I really recommend this one. With this one, I noticed that my makeup lasts a lot longer. To set that, I'm going to take my Eco Tool sponge. I'm just going to take a little bit and then just start setting where we put the concealer. And then my forehead. I'm going to add some on my nose. And then what I like to do is I like to put some under my cheeks before I bronze. I'm just gonna go ahead and do that. I like doing this for my bronzer because it makes it look a little bit more natural for me. For bronzer, I'm gonna take my baby one. I got it in my Ipsy bag. Real Techniques stippling brush. I'm just gonna get some and then test the excess. And then I'm just gonna go ahead and bronze my face. So when I bronze, I like to kind of pat it in and stipple it rather than just swiping it and trying to like blend it onto my face. This way, for me, that I feel that it lasts longer, and it also makes it super easy to blend it out. And then for my nose, what I like to do is I take this other Real Technique sponge, and I don't know the name, it came off, but I think it's like an eyeshadow blending brush. Then I'm going to take some of that same bronzer and then add that to the bottom of my nose. For the sides, for the bridge of my nose, I take that same thing and I take the Luxie 239 Precision Shader Brush. I think the pointed tip makes it easier to apply it. And I'm gonna go ahead and go back in with the Too Faced powder. And I'm just gonna do the same thing. I'm gonna clean this up since it came off. And then I need my mirror. I'm gonna clean up the edges. So I'm taking the Anastasia Beverly Hills powder brush in Rich Amber, and I'm using the Morphe M530 brush. I'm just gonna take some, and I'm just gonna go over the same part that I applied the bronzer. And then when it comes to my nose, I just add some on the bottom. I don't add some on the bridge of my nose or on the sides of my nose, just because it is more of that red toned bronzer. I don't know if you can tell the camera, but yeah, it's a little bit too red. I don't like doing it on the sides. I'm gonna go ahead and take my Morphe M401 brush, and I'm gonna use that to swipe away the powder. I'm not gonna swipe the powder we have under the cheeks yet. I'm gonna wait until I set my face to do that. Okay, so after I have that all wiped away, I'm gonna go in with highlights. And so for highlight, I'm using the Makeup Revolution Vivid Baked Highlighter, and this is in the color Golden Lights. I'm taking my, this Moda Pro brush, and it's the BMX 265 Glow Brush. So I'm just going to swipe that onto my cheeks. I'm going to add some on my forehead. And then for my nose, I go in with my finger, since it's a little bit more precise than a brush. I'm going to take the Makeup Geek palette that we used, and I'm going to go ahead and take this shade right here. Taking that with the same brush we used, and just go over it. And then I'm going to go ahead and go in with blush. And this is the Lottie London blush in Zac. I'm just going to take a little bit on my Luxie 660 Precision Foundation brush. And I'm just going to apply that, and then I blend it back to my bronzer. And then I add some to my nose, under my lip, and my forehead, so pretty much everywhere. And I'm going to use the Makeup Revolution Pro Fix Oil Control Setting Spray. I'm going to spray my face, and I'm just going to dry it a little bit. I'm going to take that same brush we used to swipe away the powder. So that's pretty much it for the face. I'm going to go ahead and do my brows on. And I used the Benefit Precisely My Brow Pencil in the shade 6. And then to set, I used the ColourPop Clear Brow Gel. I'm going to take the Makeup Shack T9 brush that we used that Mars shade with. And then I'm just going to go ahead and blend that on the bottom. after we have that Mars shade on the bottom, I'm going to take that Smashbox brush that we used to apply that deeper shade, and I'm just going to go over that same color the color that we just put down. So for the inner corner and brow bone, I'm going to take the Real Techniques accent brush. I'm going to take that white shade that we used as a highlight, and I'm just going to pop that in the inner corners. Okay, same thing with the brow bone. So now I'm going to go ahead and curl my lashes and apply some mascara. Go in with my NARS Climax mascara and just apply that to the bottom and top of my lashes. So for lashes, I'm taking the Makeup Shack lashes in the style I Need You. Okay, so lashes are on, and I forgot to apply eyeliner in my waterline, so I'm going to go ahead and do that. And I'm using the Wet n Wild On Edge Long Wearing Eye Pencil in the shade You're the Yin. I'm lining my lips with the NYX retractable lip liner in Natural. For lipstick, I'm taking the Revlon 627, and it is the Brazilian Tan color. So I'm taking the ColourPop Ultra Glossy Lip in Here's to You, and I'm just adding a little bit of that. Finishing off my face by setting it with the NYX Matte Finish Long Lasting Setting Spray. Okay, so that's pretty much it for the look. It's just a simple halo eye look with the nude lip. If you watched all the way through this video, I just want to thank you. Go ahead and comment, like, and subscribe if you haven't already. That'd mean the world to me. I'll leave all the products down below as well as my Instagram, so go ahead and check that out and give me a follow. That's where I'm most active. And yeah, I'll see you on the next one. Bye.